Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English Talk channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Luna.
Hello, Luna. Hi, everyone. It is so good to be here with you today for another great episode.
Yes, it is. Yesterday, we talked about ordering food at a restaurant, and today we are shifting gears. Have you ever walked into a room full of people and wanted to say something, but the words felt stiff and stuck in your throat?
Oh, I know that feeling so well. It can be really scary to try and start a conversation when you do not know anyone.
It really is. That is why today we are sharing the best small talk secrets. You will learn how to confidently start a conversation with absolutely anyone. Plus, stay tuned until the very end for our practice section where we put it all together.
So, Luna, why does small talk matter so much? Some people think it is just useless chatting.
Well, small talk is actually the bridge to deeper conversations. A lot of English learners face a big problem here. They want to be friendly, but they use textbook phrases.
Right. For example, a learner might walk up to a coworker and say, "Hello, how is the weather conditions today?" It feels a bit like a robot talking.
It does. A native speaker would naturally say something like, "Hey, can you believe this rain today?" It immediately opens the door for the other person to reply.
That is a huge difference. The first way feels like an interview, but the second way feels warm and welcoming.
Exactly. Small talk is not about being perfect. It is about making a quick, comfortable connection.
And today, we are going to give you the exact tools to do that without feeling stressed out. You will go from feeling nervous to feeling ready to chat with anyone you meet.
Let us jump right into our first phrase for starting a conversation. This one is super simple. How is your week going?
I love this one. It means you're asking the person about their life from Monday until right now. It is perfect for a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Yes. For example, I used this yesterday when I saw my neighbor by the mailboxes. I just said, "Hey, Tom, how is your week going?"
That is perfect. You could also use it at work. Imagine you are making coffee in the office kitchen and a coworker walks in. You can look up and say, "Morning, Sarah. How is your week going?"
That opens up so many possibilities. Notice how it invites them to tell a little story about their week, instead of just saying good.
Let us move to our second phrase. This is a great one for events or parties. What brings you here?
This phrase means you want to know the reason the person came to the same place as you. It is polite and very common.
Right. Last month, I went to a birthday party for a friend from college. I did not know many people, so I looked at the person next to me and said, "Hi, I'm John. What brings you here today?"
That is a wonderful icebreaker. You can also use it at a professional event, like a business conference. If you are sitting next to someone before a speech starts, you can ask, "So, what brings you to this conference?"
That sounds incredibly natural and professional at the same time.
Our third option is perfect for when you notice something interesting. The phrase is, "I love your," followed by an item they are wearing or holding. This is a classic compliment. It means you like something about their style and want to praise it to start a friendly chat.
I actually used this morning at the coffee shop. The barista had a beautiful pin on her apron. I said, "I love your pin. Where did you get it?" That probably made her day. You can use this with friends or strangers. Imagine your coworker walks in with a cool new backpack. You can say, "Hey, I love your backpack. The color is great."
It is such a positive way to start talking. Just make sure you follow up with a quick question about the item.
Now for our fourth tool. This is a question about the weekend. Any fun plans for the weekend?
We use this to ask if someone has exciting activities coming up on Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday. It is best to use this on a Thursday or Friday.
I always use this on Friday afternoons. When I am leaving the gym, I will say to the front desk worker, "Have a good night. Any fun plans for the weekend?"
It works perfectly with friends, too. If you are texting a friend on Thursday evening, you can write, "Hey, any fun plans for the weekend? Let's catch up."
That feels so relaxed and friendly.
Moving on to number 5. This is a great way to ask for a recommendation. Have you tried the...
This means you want to know if the person has eaten a specific food or visited a specific spot nearby?
I used this last week at a new bakery in town. I was standing in line next to someone and asked, "Have you tried the almond croissants here yet?"
That is a great way to start a conversation because everyone loves talking about food. You could also use it at a company party. You could ask a coworker, "Have you tried the pasta salad on the buffet table?"
That flows so easily into a conversation about favorite foods.
Number 6 is a phrase we use when we want to talk about a shared experience in the moment. Busy day, huh?
This is a short, casual way to say, "Wow, it is very busy here today, don't you think?" It creates an instant bond because you are both experiencing the same crowd.
I say this all the time when I'm waiting in a long line at the grocery store. I will look at the person behind me, smile, and say, "Busy day, huh?"
And they usually sigh and agree with you. You can also use it at the office when the phones are ringing constantly. You can say to your teammate, "Wow, busy day, huh?"
It makes you feel like you are on the same team.
Let us look at number 7. This is a very polite question to ask someone you just met. How do you know, followed by the host's name? This is the ultimate tool for parties, weddings, or dinners. You are asking about the relationship between the person and the person who invited everyone. Yes, if I am at a dinner party hosted by my friend Mark, I can sit next to someone new and ask, "Hi, I'm Luna. How do you know Mark?"
They might say they went to school together, and boom, you have a conversation. You can also use it at a work retirement party. You can ask a colleague, "How do you know Mr. Davis? Did you work in his department?"
That is a very smart way to connect the dots.
Finally, phrase number 8 is a universal favorite. Beautiful day, isn't it?
This is the absolute best way to talk about good weather. It means the weather is wonderful and you are inviting them to agree with you.
I use this when I am walking my dog in the park. If I pass someone sitting on a bench, I will just smile and say, "Beautiful day, isn't it?"
It brings a smile to everyone's face. You can even use it when you step out of a dark office building at lunch with a coworker. You look up at the sun and say, "Wow, beautiful day, isn't it?"
It is simple, sweet, and works every single time.
We love hearing from all of you. If you are enjoying these tips, please take a quick second to click that like button, subscribe to Everyday English Talk, and share this video with a friend who wants to practice their English.
Yes, please do. And right now, pause the video and answer this question in the comments below. Which of these 8 phrases is your favorite to use? Tell us your example in the comments.
Now it is time for our special section, Pocket Words. These are 5 extra idioms and expressions about socializing that you can keep in your pocket and use anytime.
Our first pocket phrase is to break the ice.
This means to say or do something to make people feel more comfortable, especially when they first meet.
For example, at the start of the meeting, the boss told a funny joke to break the ice.
That is a great example. Another one is, I always try to break the ice by asking people about their hobbies.
That works beautifully. Our second pocket word is small talk.
We have been saying this all day. It means polite, casual conversation about unimportant subjects, like the weather or sports.
Here is an example. I am not very good at small talk, but I am trying to learn.
And you are doing great, John. Another context could be, before the serious business meeting started, there was 10 minutes of small talk.
Our third expression is to hit it off.
This means to instantly like someone and become friendly immediately after meeting them.
I love this one. For example, I met a guy at the gym yesterday and we really hit it off because we both love football.
That is awesome. You can also use it for friendship in general. My new roommate and I hit it off from the very first day.
It is a wonderful feeling when that happens. Fourth on our list is to catch up.
This means to talk to someone you have not seen in a while to find out what has been happening in their life.
For example, I am meeting my childhood friend for coffee tomorrow so we can catch up.
Perfect. Or you could say at work, hey, I have been away on vacation for a week. Let's have lunch today so I can catch up on the office news.
And our fifth and final pocket expression is to keep in touch.
This means to maintain contact with someone by calling, texting, or emailing them in the future.
An everyday example is, when my cousin moved to Canada, we promised to keep in touch every week.
And you can also use it when saying goodbye to someone you just met and liked. It was so nice chatting with you. Let's keep in touch.
Those are 5 fantastic additions to your English vocabulary bank.
Next up, let us look at our section called Smooth It Out, Common Mistakes. This is where we look at things learners say that might sound a little too stiff, formal, or incorrect.
Mistake number 1 is when a learner wants to ask about someone's well-being and says, "How is your health today?"
Oof, yeah. That sounds like you think they are sick. It is way too personal for small talk. Instead, say, "How are you doing?" Or "How have you been?" Side by side, "How is your health today?" sounds strange. But "How have you been?" sounds warm and natural.
Mistake number 2 is when someone wants to talk about the weather and says, "The weather is having rain now."
Grammatically, that feels very heavy and awkward. Instead, keep it light. You can say, "Looks like rain, huh?" Or, "Can you believe this rain?" Side by side, "The weather is having rain now" sounds like a textbook. But "looks like rain, huh?" sounds like a real person talking.
Mistake number 3 happens at social events. A learner might walk up to someone and say, "Tell me the reason for your presence here."
Oh, wow. That sounds like a police officer asking a question. It is far too serious. Instead, use the phrase we taught you earlier. What brings you here tonight? Or, are you a friend of the host? Side by side, tell me the reason for your presence feels uncomfortable. But what brings you here tonight feels completely normal and welcoming.
Those are simple changes, but they make a massive difference in how people respond to you.
Now, let us move into our English conversation practice. John and I are going to do a short role play. We are at a local community art festival. It is a sunny afternoon, and we are standing near a food truck waiting for tacos. Let us listen to how we use today's words naturally.
Hey there. Busy day at the festival, huh? The line for this taco truck is so long.
Oh, definitely. But honestly, it is a beautiful day, isn't it? I don't mind waiting in the sun at all.
I agree completely.
By the way, I'm John. What brings you to the festival today?
Hi, John. I'm Luna. I actually live just down the street, so I walked over. Have you tried the tacos here before?
No, I haven't. It is my first time at this truck. I love your sunglasses, by the way. The red frame looks great.
Oh, thank you so much. They were a cheap find at a vintage market. So, how is your week going otherwise?
It's going well, thanks. Just working hard. Hey, the line is finally moving.
Yes, it is. It was really nice meeting you, John. Let's grab a table together over there after we get our food so we can catch up more.
That sounds awesome. Let's do it.
And that is scene.
Wow, that was a fun conversation, Luna. We used so many of today's phrases like busy day, beautiful day, and what brings you here.
We really did. Today we learned that small talk is all about simple phrases, compliments, and noticing the world around you. You do not need big words to make a big connection.
If you want to practice these conversation starters more, you should check out Everyday English Talk channel. It is an amazing online tool where you can chat and practice your speaking skills anytime you want. It really helps build your confidence.